Hey everyone, today we're looking at the GSL Woodland Supressor. It's a 22 long rifle, pretty much direct thread. Good little suppressor when it comes to sound reductions, about 40 decibels, about 5 inches long, about 1 inch of diameter, weighs 2.7 ounces. It's made of aluminum, has a hard coat, anodized coating, and like I said, it's definitely direct thread. What I wanted to show everybody today is obviously how to disassemble, clean this guy, and put it back together. Remember, this is aluminum. The one thing you don't want to, actually a couple things you don't want to do with aluminum. You don't want to use harsh chemicals, and you certainly don't want to use an ultrasonic cleaner. Ultrasonic cleaner is a bad idea. It will eat away at the coatings and the internals. So GSL sends this little wrench, I guess if you will, to remove the end cap. So you just take it, put it on there, twist the end cap loose, and then put it on a hard surface, give it a tap, a couple of taps, okay, and there's your baffles. Now, if you take these and line them up in the order as to which they come out, you will notice that the blast end versus the far end, they're dirtier as they go along. Now with 22, or you might be wondering, how often do I clean this thing, etc. Honestly, with 22, because a lot of 22 people buy cheap ammo, right? And so you'll get dirty powder. You'll also get lead. Most 22 is lead, and it's not jacketed, again, because you're going out plinking, you don't want to spend a lot of money on ammo, you get the cheap stuff. Totally respect that and totally understand it. So when you buy your 22 suppressor, you probably want to clean it, I don't know, every 200 to 500 rounds, depending on what type of ammo you're using. But as you can see, this guy has had about 300 to 400 rounds put through it, and you can see it's pretty darn dirty. Okay, you'll also notice in this suppressor that the blast end does not have any of these notches. So if you look at the blast end and you look at one of the regular baffles, you'll see the notches on the regular baffle, and the blast end is completely smooth. All right, so what do you use to clean this thing? Honestly, any cleaner. I use a simple green. You can use, what's the one I've been using lately? I've been using Clean Boss, which is a kind of all natural, and then there's, boy, I can't remember the name of the other one. But I mean, just about anything you could be used. Heck, you can use window cleaner, glass cleaner if you wanted to. But what you definitely want to use is a nylon brush, not brass, not steel. Hand clean this and then reassemble it. The reassembly to this is quite specific. We'll get that into a second, but let's get everything together and give this guy a good cleaning. Okay, what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to grab a shop towel here. These are still in the same order they came out, just to make life a little bit easier. And I'm gonna spray them down. All right. And with my nylon bristle brush, and wear gloves when you're doing this. Normally, honestly I don't, but whenever I'm working with true lead, and I know there's lead in here because, let's be real, I fire the cheap stuff a lot too. But this definitely is going to have lead, and lead will leach into your body through your skin. So basically what you're going to do is clean all these guys the best that you can. And this is going to take some elbow grease, depending on the cleaner. A lot more might come off just with the spray down. I mean, you can see already this is not looking too shabby. And again, it's aluminum, nylon brushes, only nylon brushes. Okay. cloth here. Wipe the cleaner off. Again, this is the blast end. The blast end, you can tell it has no notches on the side, and it's got a hole at the very end. I'm going to do this a little bit more. I'm going to grab a plastic dental, they call them dental tools. I'm going to just start scraping in here and see if I can get some more of this carbon off. You can use other things like Carbon Buster, etc., but you got to remember this is aluminum, right? So you want to kind of be careful with what you're using to clean it, because I mean, let's face it, aluminum's soft, and using harsh chemicals, etc., can really jack it up. Now, what's funny is these suppressors, I think they're about in the $400 range or so. Plus, you get your little ATF mitts on it and pay that tax of another $200. So now you're, $500 to $600 into this thing. You want to take good care of it. Make sure it's going to last a while. Anybody else hate paying tax stamps on this stuff? Comment below. ATF's gotten way out of hand with this nonsense. Hopefully they get some legislation here. I think it was called the something Hearing Act, to try to make it so these suppressors would no longer be considered NFA items, which would be ideal. I'll have to do some research. I don't think there was much out there about people using suppressors in crimes. Then the anti-2A folks will tell you, well, that's because they're not out there. Yeah, not true. Plenty of suppressors out there. You can get them illegally, just as well as you can get a firearm illegally, etc. But of course, let's punish the gun owners for following the rules, etc. Now, you can see, I'll just show you the first baffle and the one we have not cleaned yet. I did spray it down, obviously, but it's a lot cleaner than it was, for sure. Hopefully you can see the differences there. But I'm gonna clean this up a little bit more. So I'm not gonna make you suffer through this whole thing. I'll go and clean these, and then I'll be right back. All right, so here we are with the finished product. You know what, I could have spent more time on this, but I'm not one of those that thinks I can get it back to factory spec, because you won't. If you want super duper nifty, shiny, just as good as new, go buy a new one, because that's not how this works, unfortunately. Once you throw some lead down these suckers, they're going to be dirty for the rest of their lives. But take off all the excess. Now, there's only two things that matter here. One is the blast baffle. Blast baffle is smooth on one end and it has a hole in it, as you can see right there. And the end baffle has no notches, no notches on this end, okay? So those two have to stay here. If you want to even out, how dirty they get, you can swap them around, or these four in the middle, as much as you want. Now, there's a very specific assembly order when you put these back together, this Woodland series anyway. You'll see on each side there's a little hole, okay? The first hole is going to be at 12 o'clock, all right? Now, the blast baffle has to go to the end. So you don't want to stack them this way. You want to stack them this way, okay? So we will start from the front, and you want this hole at 9 o'clock. Okay, so I'm going to take this hole at 9 o'clock. This one needs to go at 3 o'clock, which is exactly the opposite of 9 o'clock. And I'm not trying to be funny here. I'm just making sure I'm being perfectly clear. I spent almost 9 years in the military. Every time I talk about clocks, for some reason, I want to make fun of my Marine brothers, but I just can't do it in this one. I don't know why. Anyway, 3. And then we're going to go 9 o'clock again. So we're going to take that hole, put it at 9 o'clock. And there's notches. You can see the notch holes on the side. There's notches on the other side as well. This one's gonna go at 12 o'clock. Look for the hole, 12 o'clock. Stack that one. Then we got 6 o'clock. Grab our hole. 6 o'clock is towards you. There we go. And then the last is the blast. And we're going to take the hole and we're going to put it at 12 o'clock. Then we're going to take our can, slide it right over the top, flip it, put our end cap yellow, put our end cap back on the right way. Take the tool they gave us, and voila. That's the cleaning. That's how simple it is. You know, it'll take a while. The longer, obviously, the longer between cleanings, the dirtier it's going to be, the longer it'll take. A couple things I want to point out. One, never use steel brushes, right? It's aluminum. Okay, it's aluminum. If you want to wipe down the outside, feel free. But it's aluminum, so steel will scratch it up. You don't want to use steel. You want to use brass. I tend to use nylon most of the time. If there's real tough spots, I'll use something like a brass brush. These dental instruments are pretty cool. You can get them off Amazon. I'll put links to all this stuff in the video where you can get your cleaning supplies. It's the other cleaner I mentioned I use. It's LA Totally Awesome. It's actually a really good cleaner, very gentle too, but it works really, really well. So anyway, GSL technology. If you own one of these Woodlands, go ahead and throw something down in the comment, your experience with them. They're definitely not bad suppressors. They're maybe a little pricey. I'd love to see the price come down a little bit, but they're definitely good. The sound level is good. Do they hold up to the big names out there? Like Rugged, you know, Puxworks, etc. I guess it's, maybe we'll have to do it. Maybe we'll have to do a video on that. We'll have to compare this to the Rugged Oculus and see how they stack up. So maybe we'll do that. That sounds like a good idea. We'll have to get on that one. Anyway, thanks for your time. Do me a favor, small veteran-owned business, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, get alerted when new videos come out. It's been a while. I've been busy with my other job, but I'm going to get back in and start getting all this new information out. As you know, we rebranded to Team 2A. We're all about God, family, country, you know, where do firearms fit into the lifestyle. We've also partnered with American Lifestyle Magazine. I write a lot of articles for them. Great organization to be a part of. ArmedLifestyleMagazine.com. Free publication, comes out every 2 months. Great information for everybody to see. So thanks for your time. You know, get out there, practice, train hard, and stay safe. God bless.